Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, welcome back. Good morning. We have just fired up the live once again. Dang, thanks for the rose already. It took me all 3 seconds to get one this morning. Thanks so much, buddy. Good morning, welcome in. Rick, just fired it up. What's up? Good morning. Hope everybody is cheerful and gleeful today and full of hope and joy. Welcome to the channel if you haven't been here. This is the channel you can watch an undereducated hick perform the intellectual takedown of the Christian doctrine and logic for y'all's entertainment. But also because I think the world's going to be better off once we drop these dangerous ideologies like Abrahamic religions and such. Good deal, Rick. Let it fill you. Let it uplift you and such. Morning, mommy. What's going on? Just fired it up. What's up, y'all? We waiting on the Christians to come in here and debate as usual. We're back with the fire topics today. Bible morals are a bad joke. If God is just, then I'm the Pope. Jesus don't fulfill a single prophecy, and the Trinity is incoherent. Good topics for the day, I think. These always rouse up some good opposition. Anyway, we just fired it up. Barely been on a minute now. So as usual, we'll give it a few minutes to let some folks pile up in here. They usually do. Just something about watching a silly redneck from Alabama debate these Christians over here. I do what I can, Rick. You're welcome, buddy. I do what I can. Well, gotta be suckers in the work there. I'm a peasant as well who has to work for a living. We'll have to get a damn second job here if the economy don't pick back up, which I'm kind of doing right now, so it puts me in a bit of a bind. Welcome in, everybody. If you're a Christian, request on up for a debate here. If you haven't been here before and you are watching this as a replay on the 2U, please consider subscribing to the channel. Throw a like on the video. It helps a lot. It helps a whole lot. Joe, if you requested up on purpose, just hang out for 1 or 2 more minutes, please, and we'll bring you up and get the show started here. I just now turned it on, so we're going to let a couple folks pile in here first. I usually let I don't know, 10 or 15 people pile up. For the mornings, then we'll get it rocking and rolling. I got till 10:30 or so Central Time, so got about 2.5 hours to devote today. This is my 31st day in a row of the streaming the live on the channel here. 31st day in a row. So pretty much a month. A long month. One of the longer months. All right, let's see. Give it about 1 more minute, Joe, and I'll bring you up here. And we will get the show started. All right. Yeah. I think it'll be a good little show today. It always is. We always get some rousing debates up here and subjects going. Never seems to fail, does it? TikTok's cool like that. They send us the love and keep the debates rolling in. Keep us some folks to talk to up in here. That's always pretty cool with us. That's always cool with us. Good morning to everyone. So, all right, let's see here. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and bring up Joe. Joe's been waiting a couple minutes. Let's see if Joe's even here. Thank you, Rick. I guess Joe is not here. No, never debated Dad. I don't think he has a TikTok. All right, let's try Mr. Well, never mind. I guess there were accidental requests up, so we don't have a first guest yet. Thought we did. Y'all, please tap that screen. We're up to, shit, 800 something already. Wow. Y'all tap that screen, please. Gets us the folks in here to debate and pushes us out into the world. Say it every morning. That's how TikTok makes us work, y'all. They want them thumbs wiggling. Yeah, not really. I hardly ever talk to him. Probably ought to give him a holler again. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, tap that screen, repost the live. It helps immensely. It's what keeps us flowing out into the world. We did just turn it on a couple minutes ago, though, so really haven't even built up here. That's me, the holy redneck. Where you can learn from an idiot. It's got a nice ring to it. That's the real world. That's the real world. Well, let's see if maybe IK was here. Maybe we'll have a first one here. IK, you there? IK 5560. Yeah, I think it was an accident. All right. Well, they're rolling through, but we hadn't got an actual guest yet. No, it's accepted 5 or 6 people now. That's just how it works, unfortunately. In the meantime, just please keep tapping the screen there. We'll eventually get somebody to talk to. We always do. Had a good day yesterday. Yesterday was a rousing day there. Rousing day there. Always have some interestings with the topics we got today. Like the one, our particular favorite there is always the Jesus don't fulfill a single prophecy. It's always a fun one to discuss. Sometimes it just takes a little longer than the other subjects there, but it's part of the gig. But it's important too. I think it's an important combo to have there. Only need 16 more followers to get to 900 followers today, so hopefully we can make that happen too. That would be great, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not super crazy about setting hard goals for myself, because then if I don't make them, I feel pissy. I'm like, oh man, didn't get it, man. I'm a failure. Not really, though. Anyway, tap that screen in the meantime. TikTok makes us work like that for some reason. For some reason or another. My Wi-Fi is a little bit slow today. I think. Yes, also yapping in the comments helps. We'll get somebody, we'll get some commenters, I'm sure, here that try to comment, debate me. Which that's cool too. Whatever helps. Hell, even the spamming Jesus loves you stuff helps, I think. Can't get everyone. Why are you so obsessed with Christians? Why don't you debate Islam or Judaism? Well, because I don't have many Judaisms coming in here. They're a very small minority. I don't know much about the Quran or Islam, so I don't debate that. However, I do live in a majority Christian country where they try to pass laws on everybody else based on their nonsensical beliefs. I was a Christian until I was almost 30 years old, so I have decades experience, and I know the book pretty well. So actually, it only makes sense that I would debate Christians, because they're the ones that I can actually refute with my idiotic knowledge. I actually agree with that. This is a secular country. Unfortunately, there's a whole lot of Christians here who don't think that way. But if they want to come debate me, that's what I'm here for. To debate the Christians. It's pretty much the biggest, most powerful religion on the planet, too. So. Well, I don't live in Times Square, so can't say blocking Times Square. The Muslims are blocking Times Square. Yeah. Yeah, I'll debate them from now on then. Not really. Yeah. We just debate the Christians in here because there used to be one. I'll be worried who I like to be worried about. Thank you very much. I'm not worried about the wrong one. I'm aware of the dangers of both. And Muslims barely make up anybody in America, where Christians make up damn near 60%. So not sure what you're talking about. Let's see if maybe we got somebody here. Oh,
Good
South
morning.
you there?
Yeah,
Hey,
good
good
morning.
morning.
I just have a quick question for you, right?
Sure, you
You're,
over 18 though?
I'm sorry?
Are you
Yeah,
over
I'm over
18?
18. Yeah.
Cool. Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
All right, so you don't want to debate us on one of these topics up here?
I mean, we can, but I'm just curious, right? Like, you don't believe in Jesus Christ at all? Like, at all?
No. Mm-mm.
So then, like, in all honesty, why is it that you want to debate it if you don't believe in it? Like, for example, right? I don't believe in Santa Claus. But if there's people who avidly believe in Santa Claus, I'm not going to debate them on that, right? Because I don't
If there
believe in
was
it.
2
Like if
billion
someone
people
said
that
they
believed
believe
in
in like
Santa
the Greek
Claus in your
gods, right?
country and was trying to pass laws on you based on Santa Claus laws, you wouldn't want to debate that a little more?
I say that again. I'm sorry.
I said if you lived in a country that was majority Santa Claus believers that were trying to pass
Right.
laws on everybody else based on their Santa Claus beliefs, you wouldn't have a problem with that?
Well, I wouldn't debate it. Like for example, let's say
Well,
I
I
don't
would.
believe in Islam. I wouldn't go to Saudi Arabia to debate a bunch of Saudi Arabians about Islam
Okay.
when the country is
Well,
based off
I
of
used to be a
Islam.
Christian. I live in a majority Christian country where Christians want to run the place. And so I like debating, and I know the most about Christianity, so that's why I debate Christians.
But doesn't it seem to be like a waste of time unless you do have some belief?
No, it's not a waste of time. I'm trying to show people that they don't have to believe in this scam of a religion, and they can wake up and think better, and we'll all be better for it.
But don't you think that people have enough common sense to know that they don't have to believe in it? They just choose to believe in it because it's a choice.
I don't know, but if they want to come debate me about it, we'll debate about it.
But a Christian isn't going to debate you because in the Bible it
I get
says
debates up here
don't
every day, buddy.
debate people who are
I
divisive.
get debates up here every day, buddy. I do this every day.
Right. But are those people really Christian or are they people who grew
Yeah,
up
they're
in the
really Christians.
religion
Yeah.
and they
Some
believe
people
what
actually
they
care about
think?
some people care about trying to save me as a person. Like they want everybody else to be Christians because they think that's what helps people. So they come up here and try to convince me. Yeah.
Does the Bible say that though?
Does the
Like, does the
Bible say
Bible
what?
say that you can save somebody by telling them about
Yeah,
Jesus Christ?
that's what the gospel is. It's the good news. So you have to go spread the good news. Yeah.
Does the Bible say go tell people that you can save them by telling them about Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
Can you show me where in the Bible it says that?
Nope. You can go look it up though.
I don't need to look it up. You're the one who
If
wants
you
to
want to
debate
debate,
me,
you
right?
can
But
debate
you're
me. But
making
otherwise, I'm about to drop
you're
you because
making
I
a
really don't care
theory
to hear
because I
people
know the
cry about
Bible
me
doesn't
debating
say
people.
that.
All
The
right.
Bible
Well,
does
have a
not
good
say
one,
that.
buddy. If you want to debate, come and debate. If you want to come up here and cry, you can go cry to somebody else because I really don't care. Leave it to Christians to request up on a debate space and then come up here and cry about people attacking their beliefs. Y'all are crazy Christians. You can't come back up here, buddy. You can't carry on a conversation. You talk too much. I don't know, JD. You should ask the people who debate me every day. They could probably answer you. Were they real Christian? That's funny. Yeah, every Christian I ever met thought they were the real Christians and everybody else was the fake ones. It's pretty sad and hypocritical. Let's see. Let's try to. Oh, maybe somebody here. Breeze, you there?
Hey there, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, buddy? Are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm over 18, I'm 28. I've been following your life. You have interesting conversations.
Oh, thank you.
Apostate 8.
Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am an
Awesome.
Orthodox Christian. Yeah, I'm a bit different from the Protestants, Bible centered believers. I have a holistic view of Christianity. Have you ever encountered one? Orthodox?
I don't think so. You don't think the Bible's true?
I would say the Bible is true in a contextual perspective, meaning there are metaphors, there are historical facts, poetry, plus there is church interpretation. It's a whole universe, it's a library. It's not a single
Oh,
one-to-one interpretation like a normal book, I would say. Because it like
oh,
literally took 1,600 years to finish the Bible from Genesis to, what would you say? The Revelations. It literally took 1,600 years. So you can understand the narrative has to develop, it has to be contextualized, a lot of process if you actually dig deep into the process.
I
I wanted
gotcha.
to talk to you about morality, if
Oh,
you don't
okay. What
mind me
about it?
asking. Yes, I assume you're a secularist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you believe in humanistic, freedom-centered type of values. Don't harm people. As long as you don't harm people, you can do whatever you want type of morality.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, okay. So how would you prescribe unity, culture, identity?
So, are
Because
we
religion,
actually debating something, or are you just interviewing me on my morals here?
I apologize, sir. I apologize. So let's debate atheistic morality versus religious morality.
Oh, okay.
Before we
So,
get
do you
into,
believe objective morals are real?
I assume that's the only way morality can be true. Otherwise, it's just preference.
Well, it's preference based on certain criteria, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just personal experience, culture, upbringing. You don't have to take these things seriously at the end of the day unless you ground them in something authentic.
Okay, so
Don't you think?
would you say it's objectively wrong to own people as property?
It depends.
Depends
We
on
own
what?
prisoners as property, for example. We own prisoners
Yeah,
of
we don't
war
own
as
them. We
property.
can't do whatever we want to them.
That's exactly my point. In certain contexts, there were times where we owned prisoners of war,
So is
prisoners
it
of
okay
different.
to own people as property or not? It is sometimes. Is that your answer?
I'm saying historically, that's human nature. Like that's given.
So is it objectively wrong or not?
It's objectively not okay to own people as slaves, 100%.
Okay.
But
So
we
why does
do in
God
certain
allow it in the Bible then?
because the times
According
allowed
to
it.
the Bible,
He
it's
has to work.
objectively okay.
No, I'm saying the Bible, like I said, the Bible took 1,600 years to be collected, canonized. You have to understand in different
So
contexts,
if
you
it's
have to plant
objectively wrong
seeds.
now, it was objectively wrong then, wasn't it?
Objective doesn't mean conclusion. I'm talking about the seeds, the bottom, the fundamentals, the foundation, not
Yeah, me too.
yeah. For example, let
Yeah,
me give
well,
you an
you're
example.
saying you said something is objectively wrong that is allowed in the Bible. So how is it that makes it
Let me
objectively
give you an
right if
example.
God allows it, doesn't it?
Yes. So, for example, God says unaliving
Okay, so
people
it's
is wrong.
objectively right to own people as property. Congratulations.
No, I'm not saying. I don't think you're getting the point between objective and subjective. But let me give you an example. Maybe this
Oh,
will
I
help.
get it.
For example, God doesn't allow unaliving people. Unaliving people is sin, for example.
Yeah, he does it
But
all the time.
but there are wars. Yes, there
But
are wars. There are defense. There are
see, when
just.
you throw buts
You know
in
what I
there,
mean?
that
So in
starts making
certain
it subjective.
contexts, it's the fun. It's the essence that is objective, not the application. You have to go deeper
Oh,
than
okay.
simple. God said
Essence
this,
of
but this
objective morals.
happened. You know what I mean? It's simplistic. Objectivity means, for example, owning slaves is bad. Okay, and I ask you, why is it bad? And you say, because human beings are valuable. Why are they valuable? Because that's the objectivity. Because they are created in the image
According to
of
the
the
Bible, they're
highest good.
valuable as property because you can give them to your children as an inheritance.
Are you a literalist when you read the Bible? You just like A, B, C, D. It says
It
this. It must be
depends
this
on if
type
it's
of thing.
literal or not. I agreed with you earlier when you said some of it's metaphor, some of it's poetry, some of it's literal. But yeah, I know which parts are
Exactly.
literal and which parts are metaphor. We know the difference.
What do you think about the statement that men and women are created in the image of the highest good and they are worthy of preservation and protection? Do you think that statement is
I
objective
think
or
that's
subjective?
bogus and hypocritical based on what the Bible says because obviously people don't have value in the Bible.
Okay,
So it's
so you
quite,
don't believe.
that's why I phrase this like this. Bible morals are a bad joke. It's a bad joke because you say things are objectively wrong, and then your book violates those constantly.
Okay, in that case, why should I care about what you think? If it's subjective, the God says it's cool to to own slaves. You said it's not cool.
Because
It's
I'm
your
basing it
preference.
on something realistic and not ancient Israelite beliefs.
These ancient Israelite beliefs saved a lot of people from paganism. You know, pagan
Yeah, it
world, how
damned a
they
lot
used
of
to
people
live.
too, you know.
Of course, we're talking about humans. People have unalived the other people on the statement
Bad
of "I love
joke.
you." Okay, so you think you figured it out? That's what you think, right?
Oh, I got the book figured out. Yeah, that's why I left Christianity. And
You figured out because you read something and you see the world and things are not happening. Therefore, isn't that a little bit shallow?
when Christians come along claiming this is wrong and that's wrong, and then you say, okay, well, why does your God do these wrong things constantly? And they're like, oh, it's just God being God. Like, I don't take that serious personally. I think it's a bad joke.
Okay, okay. Okay,
So,
so
like,
for
if you have
example, you
this
don't
moral
believe.
standard that's supposed to be the standard
Yeah.
for objective morality, maybe the standard should actually embody those standards and not violate them constantly.
What
Just
do you
my
think is
opinion.
the standard? What do you think is the standard in the Bible?
Standard for what?
When you say Christians think they have objective standards, when they say standards, what do you
Christians
think
make
they
up
mean?
whatever
How do
they
you
want to
understand?
make up, not what the book actually says most of the time.
Also, there is no theology, there is no church authority, nothing. It's
Yeah,
all
it's there,
chaos.
but you actually have to read it. And from my experience, the majority of Christians don't even read the book, and the ones that do don't. They read what they want to read, not what it actually says.
Oh, so your problem is the people. They're being hypocritical. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I agree with you. We all fall short of the glory of God, 100%. Ideal.
Thank you.
So, for
Bad
example,
joke.
you have ideals. I understand. Apostate ape. You have ideals, right?
Yeah,
Your personal ideals, obviously.
yeah.
Do you fulfill those ideals 24/7? Are you a saint? I assume not, right? Obviously not.
No, I
And
don't
I hope
violate my
they.
own standards. No, so
Okay, so you don't fall short. You don't fall short to the flesh, for example. You don't lack
no.
discipline.
I don't
You're
even know what that means. That
100% on
sounds like
point.
religious babble to me.
Okay, you don't make mistakes in life. You figured it all out.
Am
That's
I
your
in
human
jail?
philosophy.
Have I ever been convicted of a horrible crime? I don't think so.
Okay, so lack
Have
of
I stole from
morality.
anybody? Nope.
Yeah,
I work for a living.
that's how you see it. Okay, for
Yeah.
example, what? Give me one of your ideals. What is your highest ideal? What do you look up to?
My highest ideal is that it's never
Yeah.
okay to set people on fire for crimes like gathering herbs and call under the name of witchcraft, or making people eat their own children. Like, that's never okay to me.
I agree. I agree. You're critiquing religious ideals. I'm asking your personal
You
ideals.
right? So you don't
You
agree
don't.
with me? You think it's okay to make people eat their own children?
That I thought that was a religious ideal. I'm asking your ideal.
That's why I'm asking you. That's why I'm telling you. To me, that's never okay. Is it okay to you?
So your identity is based on critiquing Christianity. You don't have your own identity. That's it. Christians
I'm talking
bad.
about my identity and what I think of this.
Okay. Do you believe love
I
is the
think
highest
making
ideal?
people eat their own children is bad, no matter what. Do you?
Okay. That is abundant in the world, whether you're a Christian or not.
So, do you think that's bad?
What do I think is bad?
Do you think making people eat their own children is bad?
Yeah, I'm a Christian. I value human beings. Do you value
Okay,
human
so what
beings?
about when your God makes people eat their own children?
God told me to value human beings. Do you value human beings?
What about God? What do you think when your God made people eat their own children? If you think that's wrong, why isn't your God wrong?
God also said, "Let the children come to me." Which one should I listen to?
Maybe listen to the verse that says God made people eat their own children.
Why not listen to the other verse? Why are you being
Did you
selective?
hear the part about eating children? Like, you just graze right over
I
that? Oh,
heard
this part
I
sounds
heard
pretty. I'll
what
go to that part. Forget the
I'm
part
saying.
about God making them eat their own children. Let's skip to the cool part
I'm
here
saying
where it
if
says
you
the
if you
Lord.
can be selective, why can't I be selective? That's what I'm saying. Why
You
can't I
can't be
choose what I choose?
selective. You're
Then I
That's what
chose.
Christians do. That's
Then
why
I
you're a Christian, because you are selective.
wonderful. Then I choose the good parts. Why are you choosing the bad parts?
Good for you. Because I'm trying to
I'm
point
saying
out that Bible morals are a bad joke. That's the whole point of this. That's the subject.
Then tell them, yeah, tell them to follow the good ones. Why not tell them to follow the good ones?
Because the good ones you don't need this silly nonsense of a book for.
Okay, so you don't agree with the good ones as well?
What?
You don't like when God says, "Let the kids come to me, protect the innocent." You don't like these things?
Yeah, that's fine. That's all cushy and sweet. You just don't need
Okay.
this book for that. So it's silly to say, oh, the book says bring children to you and love them, and the book also says to eat your freaking children. Which one we going with?
I chose the good one. What do you choose?
Well, you got to take both of them because this is your authority right here.
I don't think
I
that's the
don't.
problem.
I can actually pick the good one.
On what basis? Do you just like feel like it? Are you good naturally?
No, because it causes children harm when you eat them, and I don't like that.
Okay, so why is causing harm bad? Why do you think it's bad?
Because it's harmful, and I don't want other people to harm me because I do not like harm.
I understand you're talking about yourself, but why is it bad
Yeah.
to harm
Well, I'm talking
people?
about others too, harming others. I don't think it's good to harm me, but I don't think it's good to cause harm to other
Okay,
people.
if a person comes to you and says, "If I can harm you, if I can get away with it, why can't I harm you? What I care about is myself. Why should I care about you?" What do you tell them?
Well, tell them fuck off.
You see what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just battles,
Yeah.
right? Your opinion versus
Yeah.
their opinions. Well, so
Yeah,
what are
exactly.
you
And
offering?
your opinion is this is wrong, but your God does it all the time, and you give it a pass to
And
God.
how,
That's why
how do
you're a
we know?
hypocrite for it, and I'm just a person using my subjective opinion.
Okay, when you say hypocrite, by what standards are you judging me? By
I've
your
already
personal
told you
feeling?
like 10 times so far. I've already explained this.
No, I'm asking your standards. How do you judge things? Based on your feelings?
I've
You feel
already
like
explained that too, based on actual criteria like harm.
okay, harm. Why is harm bad? You're not answering me. Why is harm bad?
I've already answered several times. Are you just going to keep asking me the same questions over and over again?
Nothing. This is my
In general,
point.
people prefer health
Why?
to sickness,
Why?
happiness to sadness.
Okay. In that case,
You know
why
what
is
I'm
the world
saying?
chaotic? Why is the world
Huh?
chaotic? Why don't people
Because
choose those
because
things?
this,
Yeah.
well, first of all, if there's a God, it's because your God runs it like absolute shit.
Forget God.
But if we
Forget
just
God.
live in a natural world, this is just going to be the world we live in. That's just how people roll.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's dog eats
Exactly.
dog, right? It's dog eats dog. Why should we care?
Not in a
Survival-
civilized society, it's not.
What do you mean civilized? What is civilized? Define it.
A place under laws where people aren't unaliving each other
Wonderful.
en masse. Yeah.
Okay. Where do these laws come from?
You know, the
You
world
just-
your book promises but never delivered on in thousands of years.
Where do you think these laws come from? Are they just made up?
Yeah, we
Where do
made
you
them
think-
up. We're humans. We have brains. We have to live with each other.
Okay, so we can
made
change them.
up, yeah.
So we can change
Just
them,
like
right?
we made up gods and said they rule over us.
Wonderful. So we can change them at any point, right? These laws.
Sure.
If we can change them, they don't mean anything because Russia
Yeah, I
can
like the
invade.
laws can actually change because I can update my standards with new information
They-
where you have to go
on
back
what?
to an ancient Israelite tribe 3,000 years ago and say they dictated laws for everybody forever, which is
Okay,
Again,
and you're
ridiculous.
American, right? You're American, and the Constitution was made 400 years. Why do you follow 400 years old laws?
it's the Bill of Rights, and I still agree with them.
But they're old, like you said. Old things are bad, right?
So I didn't say they were old because they're bad. I said you can't change 3,000-year-old Israelite
why did you say
traditions because your book is
3,000?
authoritative. I can change our laws.
Okay, so
Well, it's a
2.8
democracy. We can change our laws, I should say.
It's random, it seems to me. It's your preference, my preference.
Yeah, so
no
your book
standard.
says forever it's okay to set people on fire for certain crimes and to make people eat their children in certain circumstances and unalive innocent babies. And I say that's not good ever. So who's the best
Okay.
authority here?
Can you give me an example of a Christian eating their kids?
Yeah, it's in the Bible.
No, I'm saying in real life because you said we follow these things, right? So show
No,
me the
I didn't
example.
say y'all eat your kids. I said your book says that. Y'all say that's bad,
Okay.
but God does it,
Why
and then
don't
y'all
we
say
follow
no,
it?
that's good. That's the problem here.
Okay, why don't we follow it though? 2.8 billion Christians, hundreds of
Because
countries.
I
Why
just
don't
told
we
you
follow it?
because Christians do whatever they want. You don't actually read and follow the book.
Oh.
You can't. If
So
you
there
actually
are no
followed this
standards?
book, you would have to set people on fire and throw rocks at them till they're unalived. But y'all don't do that.
Okay. Okay, so we're actually good people according to you, right?
Well, you're better than your book, yeah.
Okay, okay. Who's the best people in your eyes in the world? Do you think
I don't
Americans
know.
are
It's
the
kind of
best?
equal. I know atheists that are really good people. I know Christians that are really good people. It just depends. It depends on
Okay,
the
so
individual.
it
I
doesn't
don't
matter about
actually
the.
put people above other people based on their groups like you do.
Okay, but if I ask you your morals, your principles, your culture, for example, do you celebrate Christmas in America?
Well, I take the holiday with my kids, but I don't celebrate Santa Claus, if that's
And
what you're asking me.
okay,
I don't
okay.
believe in
So you
Santa
have to
Claus.
participate. Okay. What about marriage? Do you make vows when you marry in sickness and
Yeah,
in health?
I made a vow to
Okay.
my
So
wife, not to your God.
in church?
Nope. In Las Vegas.
Okay. So why marriage? Why not
Sin
just
City,
you know
baby.
what I mean? I got you. I,
That's where I got married.
yeah. Elvis. Did Elvis marry you guys?
No, it cost too much.
What about funerals? What do you do in funerals? You just
It depends. I've
isn't
never
it?
decided what
Yeah.
somebody's funeral is going to entail. I just go to them to pay respects to, you know,
So
whoever it
basically,
was.
you don't like, yeah. Do you like the culture of Christianity, the marriage, the Christmas, the holidays, the literature, the history, the library? Nothing. You
That
hate it
stuff's
all.
not just from Christianity. That's what y'all don't seem to understand. Y'all think
I'm,
y'all
I'm
own the
saying
rights to those
about
things,
the
and nobody
message.
else is. Everybody else is just borrowing them from you. When that, in fact, is what y'all did, which is just another level of hypocrisy.
Are you some sort of separate? Do you live alone outside of society from these people? Do you not share
Mm-mm.
their world?
No, I
Absolutely
like
not.
people.
Okay.
No,
So
I'm
if you
glad
sneeze,
Christians don't eat their own kids. But if you're going to come up here and debate me on what's right and what's wrong, I'm going to call you out on that.
the problem is we all have preference. You don't seem to have objective morality. So whatever you call out is
Nobody
just your
does.
opinion. Yeah, it's
Nobody
just
has
your
objective
opinion.
morality. Yeah,
Yeah, at the
just
end of
like
the
it's
day, it
yours.
does.
Just
Yeah,
how
I don't
you
have
say
to
this
take
is
you serious.
objectively wrong, but when I showed you your God doing it, you say, it gets subjective all of a sudden because,
But
it's
at the
not
end of the
objectively
day,
wrong what
yeah,
God did it.
apostle,
So,
I understand. I don't have to take you seriously
thank
though. It's
you.
just your opinion, right?
Our opinions, yeah.
I don't have to take you seriously, right? At the end of the day, it's just your opinion versus God's
Yeah,
opinion
you don't
versus the
have to take me
Bible.
serious. Lots of people don't take me serious.
I know because
Some
Chinese
some
people
people
have
don't
their
think
own
I'm funny at
morality.
all. Like I can't fathom that
Yeah,
personally, but
I
it's
believe
just
you're
how it
funny.
is.
You're funny. You have a
Thank
great
you.
accent, true
Thank you.
American accent. You have that. Are you
Well,
from
true
the
Southern
Midwest?
accent.
Yeah, you from the Midwest?
No. They don't sound like
Where are
us.
you
I'm from
from?
the South.
Michigan? Are you from Michigan, Minnesota, maybe?
No, that's the North. That's the other side. They don't sound like
Okay, so
this.
so Louisiana, maybe the Southern
They
Texas.
sound more like this, not like
You
this.
are got you. But how do you like, for example, if people sneeze, do you say bless you? What do you tell them if they sneeze?
I usually say Gesundheit. That's my favorite one.
It must be hard. Like the whole the air you breathe is saturated with Christianity all over the place. Their culture,
Yeah,
the
they're everywhere.
holidays. You know what I mean?
Not by my
Yeah,
choosing,
if you
though.
I know. If you travel, for example, you travel to Christian country, Muslim country, all you see is culture. All you see is identity, personality, holidays.
Yeah, I'm
It's
cool with
like,
that.
are you detached? Like you don't respect those things?
I don't bring up people's religion and politics in normal life. This is a debate page that's just for these things. Like, if you
I,
like this type of
I'm
subject matter
saying,
and you like to debate it and you
yeah,
like apologetics, you can come in here and request to be up here and talk to me. Like, I don't chase people down on the
what I'm
sidewalks
trying to show
and
you, I
gaslight them over their
understand.
religion.
No. What I'm trying to show you is religion is more than the book. Religion is identity, personality, ethics, discipline,
Sure,
lifestyle.
but
It's
that's
so
just
so
like your opinion on the religion, bro. It's not what the book says.
it's observing how people live. You seem to be
Yeah,
separated
that's
from
fine.
that.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You know
I'm
what
not
I mean?
separated
You
from
have
that.
this. So you do see that. For example, let me give you an example. If a person is dying in a hospital and another person comes, they say it's gonna be okay, God is with you. Try to fight. There is hope. Do you say that? Do you laugh at them? For example,
No,
oh, look at them. They believe in the old man in the
no,
sky, the fairy tale. Okay, so you respect it,
no.
right?
Yeah.
You understand the psychology behind it, why people believe.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
this is
That's why I
what.
take it as easy on people as I do on this stage. Anybody who watches my show regularly knows I'm pretty soft on
Yeah.
people as far as.
Well, it's obvious. Like they don't eat kids. Like this is a clown show. You know what I mean? You're doing a parody of
Right.
Christianity.
That's
That's
what
why
your
I
God
said,
does in the book, yeah.
if he's God,
That's why the
what's wrong with
book's a
that?
clown show, and I'm trying to show people
No,
it's a
no
clown show.
problem. If God actually exists, he can do whatever he wants, right? What's your problem with that?
That doesn't make it right. That might doesn't make right is my problem with that.
He's the boss, right? He made the laws. You're his creation.
Yeah,
You
that's why I
follow
say
it.
it's a bad joke because God claims to be all loving and all merciful, or at least Christians claim that about this God, but God clearly is not those things, and that's just another level of hypocrisy.
Do you know the story of Jesus Christ, for example? I'm sure you know it.
Yeah, everybody knows it.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Do you consider Jesus a bad person as a character, as a fiction?
I think he had some really good moral teachings, but I don't think he was any kind of authority on
What do you
anything.
think
And he
about
had
the
some
self?
bad moral teachings. Jesus said to
What do you
keep the
think
law
about
of God. You know that, right?
I understand. I understand. What do you think about the self-sacrifice?
He didn't
When he
sacrifice
said,
anything.
yeah, when he say they don't know what they do, forgive them. What do you think about that honorable statement?
I think that was people decades after the fact saying he said that.
I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the character, the fiction, for
I
example.
know.
What do you think about
I
the
don't even
fiction?
know if he actually said that or not. That's what I'm telling you.
It doesn't matter whether he said. I'm talking about the character, the fiction, the statement.
What about
Do you
it? It's
think it's
fiction.
bad?
Yeah.
Bro, you have. Do you like hatred inside of you for religion? Did something bad happen? I don't understand. You seem to have one-sided
Well, I
view
mean,
of religion.
I hate insane doctrine and hypocritical doctrine like this. Yeah.
Okay,
Two-headed.
so tell me two good things about Christianity. Let's see if you're balanced.
Two good things about it.
Two things.
The first
Only.
good thing about Christianity is I'm not one. The second thing is, I don't know, they do a pretty good bit of charity work in the churches that I know of.
So if they believe a bad God, why do they do good charity work? Why do you think that?
Because they think they're supposed to please God.
Okay, is that a good thing?
Sure.
Okay, so if they want to go to heaven, they want to do
Sure,
certain
but
things, right?
yeah, but you can go help people without believing in the nonsense of this book, though.
But it's a strong
You
motivation.
don't
You
need
have
this
to-
book to go help anybody.
I'm saying it's a strong motivation. It's a strong push to do it. You have to admit it, right?
I think people just like
Right.
to help each other, and that's what they do. I don't think the book has anything
I
to do
mean,
with it.
let me give you an example. You go to the gym, right? Do you go to the gym?
No,
No. Why? Okay.
I'm naturally fit.
So that's good. I can see. So, for example, if a person is pushed in the military, they have to be fit, right?
Yeah.
So they don't have to do it, but it's a strong motivation to do it. So why not use religion to help people?
In the
Why
military,
is
you
that
have
bad?
to do it.
You know what I'm saying? Why not push people to
No.
be good? For example, you're gonna go to
I
heaven
don't know, but
if you do good.
if you're going to say something's wrong, why not hold your God accountable when it does something wrong?
Because he's God, he's the
Okay,
boss.
so
How do you
you're
hold
just
the boss
like a
accountable?
divine command theorist, right?
Yeah, I want to go to heaven. I want to be good to people. I want to have. I
I
want
got
my
you.
life
So
to
you
have
have to
meaning.
bow to the evil God so you can go to heaven.
If he is evil, why do I have to do good things to go to heaven? Tell me.
I don't know.
So I don't have to eat children to go to heaven.
According to
obviously.
Christianity, you don't have to do anything good. You just have to ask forgiveness when you do something bad and believe. That's all you have to do.
What do you?
Y'all have
what do you have
taken
to do?
justice out of the equation entirely and made it completely about belief.
No, I'm saying, what about the rules, the Ten Commandments,
What
acting
rules?
like Jesus?
Those aren't rules.
What are they?
Christians don't think they're under the law. You know that, right? Those are
No, I'm
laws,
saying
commandments.
I
Christians think
thought
they
you
got
said.
out of that. You don't think you have to keep the law.
No, I thought you said Jesus Christ said keep the laws. Was that wrong?
He did say that, but Christians don't accept that because they don't want to actually keep the laws. Like Jesus chastises the Pharisees in Mark chapter 7 for not stoning their disobedient children to
No.
unalignment.
Yes,
That's
yes.
keeping the law.
He said you have to be clean to judge people. He said, right?
Yeah. Did he tell the Pharisees that they're breaking the law of Moses by not throwing rocks at their children to the
Yes.
unaligned?
he called them hypocrites.
Not very
They're
good
not
teaching, in
following.
my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. So, if you do good things in the name of Jesus, is that a bad thing according to you?
Is throwing
Charity,
rocks at your
love.
children until they're unalive for being disobedient a good thing?
Who is throwing rocks? Where do you
Not the
are people throwing
Pharisees.
rocks in America? Are people
Not the
throwing rocks in
Pharisees.
America?
No, that's illegal here.
Why do you think it's
You
illegal?
couldn't keep the law of God in this country legally, even if you wanted to, because we're better than this.
When you say we, who are you talking about? You think atheists are running
American.
America?
Anybody who's in America under American law.
Okay, majority of Americans are Christians when the country was founded, right?
Yeah, and they don't think they're under the law of Moses because
Okay, so
they
when
listen
when
to
they
Paul and
say
not Jesus.
when they say God-given rights, what do they mean?
I assume they think whoever their God is gave them these rights, which is absolutely ludicrous.
Okay, and when they say God bless America, in God we trust, what do you think these things are? Random?
They mean they
Made up?
think God is blessing America, which is also ridiculous.
You have a very casual, dismissive, superficial attitude towards the history of your nation, towards your people, fellow Christians.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
do, because the
understand
people
why.
that founded it were hypocrites too. Like, they all owned slaves. They had the audacity to say all men are created equal when they clearly didn't believe that.
Who do you
So
think
I call out
liberated?
hypocrisy when I say hypocrisy.
Wonderful. Who do you think liberated slaves from the world? Who do you think made slavery illegal?
Americans?
Do you know the
You
history?
mean in America?
No, no. It's the British king called Wilberforce. He fought against many Arab slave traders.
That's why I'm
He said,
asking you. Did you mean in America or in general? Because the whole world didn't get rid of slavery at the
British,
same time.
British. The British Empire eliminated slavery.
Slavery's been outlawed in Britain since like 1100 or something like that.
What was the argument used to eliminate slavery? What did people say when they eliminated that?
No idea. If they used the Bible, they didn't use the parts of the Bible that said you could own slaves,
They
because there
said,
ain't no
no,
part
no,
of the
no.
Bible that says you can't.
They said men are made in the image of God. We're not animals. You're saying human beings are animals. The Christians said we're not animals. We are
The
divine.
Bible says we are no different than animals. You know that?
Okay. Why did we say we were made in the image of God then? Do you know the history of Christianity?
Yeah.
Bro, you seem to have-
Everybody knows it. It ain't no secret. Y'all been in everybody's face for thousands of years. Nothing y'all think is a secret to anybody. Everybody knows.
So where do you want to go? Where is the atheist nation?
We already have a secular nation here, and I'm fine with that. I just don't want Christians
America?
taking it over and trying to force it into a theocracy again, because this is a democracy, and if they end up ruling, they could probably, that's a real possibility.
Okay. But according to
Democracy is two
democracy,
wolves and a sheep voting on what to have for dinner.
okay, if people choose to have theocracy, what's wrong with that? It's democracy, right?
I don't want it. That's what I have wrong with it. I don't want to live in a
You don't want it,
theocracy.
but if the majority want it, you can't do
I don't
anything
want to
about
live
it.
under your horrible biblical ideal of laws and
I'm
morality.
saying,
These are
according
horrible
to you,
ideas.
if the majority choose it, you don't have any options, right?
I'm
It's all
getting my ass
democracy.
out of here. Yeah.
You, where are you gonna go? China?
I don't know.
That's an
Anywhere. I'll go live in a freaking cave before I live under theocracy, or just maybe unalive myself.
I understand, man. I understand. Anyways, nice talking with you. You're an interesting guy, but
Back at you, Bucky.
please try to be nice. Okay,
Okay.
it's good
I'll
for
do
your
that.
soul. It keeps
I
you
hear you.
healthy. Yeah. Have a good time.
Back at you. Have a good one, buddy. Well, all right then. Yeah, I agree. Christianity's on the way out, especially in America. It won't be another 20 years. It'll be a pretty extreme minority here. Christians would have been smarter if they would have just left the Bible in Latin where nobody could actually read it. Not that anybody reads it now, but the few people that do tend to have a loud mouth like me and tell everybody else what it says. All right, well, let's see here. We got a whole bunch of people in the queue. They're probably not all there. Before I bring up the next person, though, let me check on my status here. Only need 10 more followers. So we've got 6 followers so far. So I only need 10 more followers to get to 900. And that's pretty awesome, guys. Y'all, in case you haven't been here before, this is basically, I do a free speech kind of thing. I mean, come up here, excluding TikTok language, of course. Thank you for the follow. Only need 9 now. But as long as you can have a conversation, you can call me whatever you want, say whatever you want. Just do it in a conversation. Don't call me an idiot while I'm talking 3 or 4 times in a row, and we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Same in the comments. If you think somebody's being shitty, let them know. I'm cool with that. We don't censor here. This is America. Well, TikTok censor is kind of a bad joke for me to say that, really. But whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. But I don't care, personally. All right. Let's try to bring up the next one. Who is the next one? I think it's David. They may not be here. It might have been people waiting too long. Didn't want to wait here or something, something like it. What up, everybody? What up? Welcome in. Comment to your little heart's desires. That helps push us out into the world of the algorithms. It's what keeps people coming in here to debate us. And that's what keeps us entertained in the mornings, ain't it? All right, let's try the next one. Probably still nothing. Have to give it a minute because I get dragged. Thank y'all for tapping that screen. Y'all please tap the screen. That's what TikTok makes us do. For whatever reason, TikTok decided we're going to make everybody tap the screen the whole freaking time. And that's how we roll. All right, let's try the next one here. I'm getting lagged again. Thank you so much, guys, for all the engagement. What up, Ghost? I didn't see you in there this morning. What up? All right, let's keep it going here. We only got one person left. We went through 6 people. And there it is. Isaiah 53. That's a good one. I talk about that all the time on this channel. And if you read chapter 52 and 54, it's pretty insane to think that's about Jesus. If that's what you even mean. I don't know what y'all are talking about. I was just jumping in there. Don't mind me. We ran out of people in the queue, y'all. 6 people. But no one stayed. So, we got to keep tapping the screen. Thanks so much for the heart, Henry. The gifts help a lot with the algorithms and such here. Helps a lot. Jesus fulfilled many prophecies. Not according to me, he fulfilled 0. 0 prophecies. That's why I'm not a Christian. Because Jesus doesn't actually do any of the crap that Messiahs are supposed to do. And what the stuff that the New Testament says he did do seems completely made up to me. Because if we just go read the stories that they're saying he's fulfilling here, they don't have nothing to do with this. That's why I think they're being dishonest. What's up? If you're a Christian, come on up here and debate me. We got an open queue right now. I went through 5 or 6 people there, and nobody actually stuck around. People pile up the whole time, but you can't. If they have to wait more than a few minutes, a lot of times they'll move on. Can't say I blame them. I don't want to sit there and listen to somebody either. If I just want to come talk. Rick is filled with the Holy Spirit this morning, y'all. He's got it absolutely dripping out of him there. It's powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. Well, let's read some of the I actually enjoy reading the comments in between debate opponents here. No, we just keep it to Christian debates in here, man. Sorry. Just debate Christians up in here. This ain't really a stage to come yell out bad Christian bad stuff. We gotta actually let them debate here. I hear you though. Yeah, you can say whatever you want in the comments though. No worries, bro. No worries at all. No worries at all. I get it all the time. Some people don't ask. They just come up. Like, I'm cool with that. They're like, say something real quick, and then you got to get dumped out. But, yeah, we just keep it to the entertaining stuff up here. When I was first starting the channel at least from my experience, every time I had like another atheist up here, just basically two atheists blowing each other, the viewership plummeted quite quickly. Yeah, and like I say it all the time. Like, I don't have a problem with Christians. Most Christians I know wouldn't hurt a stinking fly. Like, they're literally some of the best people I ever met. But this is a debate stage. And whether they actually act on this stuff in this book is, debatable. But it's the danger of the ideology that I do this for. Divine command theory and shit like that. Like I say it all the time. Like, nothing's scarier to me than a human who has convinced themselves they have some sort of divine right to commit atrocities on other people. And whether you think that's a real danger or not, it certainly is, because it's happened all through history. Manifest Destiny, you know how many Native Americans got displaced because of that? They thought they had a divine right to conquer and displace these people. I mean, it's happened all through. That's what happened with the Crusades. Oh, we got the divine right. And, you can go back to the top and something like the Crusades and say, yeah, that was just people trying to gain power. And it was. There's an argument for that. But the majority of these people that actually marched to the Middle East, they were there for these reasons. Like, they thought they needed to do the right thing by God and go down here and reconquer the Holy Land. Because apparently that's the kind of thing that all-knowing beings care about, is a city on earth. I agree, the Bible does have a lot of contradictions. It has a whole lot of them. Anyway, y'all keep tapping that screen, please. We're still waiting on somebody to come up here and debate. As usual, people fill the queue up, but it's usually an accident that they hit the request thing. I appreciate everybody. All the roses and stuff. That's really cool. Never takes too long. I think the longest I've had to wait anywhere close to recently was, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes maybe before we got somebody up in here to debate. We always get somebody though. It never takes too long. Usually have some pretty good conversations too. Every now and then we have some wild ones. Thanks for the share there. Let's maybe Grant's here. Grant, you there?
Hello, how you doing?
Doing well, man. Are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 20.
Cool. Are you a Christian?
I am, yes.
Sweet. So which one of these topics did Christ compel you to debate us on today?
I guess Bible morals are a bad joke. I mean, what do you mean by that, kind of?
Well, I say they're a bad joke. I don't know if you was here for the last discussion, but
I was not. I just joined up.
Oh, okay. Well, I say they're a bad joke just because the laws that God passes on people, the bodily mutilation as punishments. He punishes people for other people's crimes. I don't think any of this sounds very moral to me, to like set somebody on fire for certain crimes and stuff like that.
The thing is, it's not God that's doing that. It's God that's allowing the devil, who's obviously we know is a bad person, to do that. He's allowing the devil.
Well, if God's allowing,
it's not God himself.
Why is God allowing the devil to do evil if he can stop him?
The only reason he does that is because he created he wants the people in his kingdom to earn their right to his kingdom. In lamest terms, I could put it.
So, according to
you get what I'm saying by that?
How you earn that right is believing something, though.
What? Say it again. Sorry.
But according to Christianity, how you earn that right is believing something.
What do you mean by that?
That's just based on belief. That's what Christianity is.
I guess give an example.
You don't think you're saved by grace, like Jesus died for your sins? As long as you believe in him, you'll have everlasting life?
Yes, I believe that, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So it's about belief. It's not about whether you're doing anything good or not. It's about whether you believe and repent for your wickedness, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and I'll say for believers that are listening to this, it's you can't be a believer and know about all this and then sit there and still, do wrong, and then
Yeah, they do it all the
and
time.
then the day before you die or right before you uh execute yourself. I don't know how to say it in TikTok terms, but you can't just be like, yeah, I believe in God, so then you think you're going to be saved.
Well, according to the rules, that's how it works. You can be forgiven for pretty much any sin.
Yes, you 1,000% can.
Okay. So, what's the incentive to stop sinning if the sin is irrelevant?
It's because it I'm trying to think of what verse in the Bible this is, or what book rather. But basically the book says, the man who knows he's sinning and still sins is a fool, versus the man who sins but does not know he's sinning is ignorant, or it doesn't use the word ignorant, but something along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but at the same time, it doesn't matter what you do. Like, if you can be a horrible, horrible person in the last week of your life, maybe you don't know it's the last week, but you can just repent and you're forgiven for all that insanely evil shit you did.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I'm saying. There's no actual
no,
accountability
yes,
if
for
you go by
sure, for
saved by
sure,
grace.
for sure. But the difference is you can't
So it's
just
not a very good incentive
right,
project
right.
to make it about forgiveness, right?
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how to say it. I can't unalive 25 people and then I'm going to get the death penalty. And right before I get the death penalty, I say, I believe Jesus died on the cross for my sins and I'm just saved. You have to actually believe that. So even some of these people who
What
are
if you actually believe it?
do I actually believe it? Yes.
No, I'm saying, what if somebody did that who actually believed it? They'll get to heaven, right?
If someone who the thing is if someone who killed 20 or 25 people and then was on the electric chair or whatever, was like, I believe in Christ. After doing that, if they believed it the whole time, then I believe, yes, they would still go to heaven.
There you go. That's why this whole thing's a big mess. But see, the real mess begins when you figure out that only Paul actually ever said anything like that. Jesus never says anything about being saved by grace. Jesus specifically says you will be judged on your actions, which would actually make it more about justice. But you have to go to Paul to get to saved by grace and stuff like that. Jesus never preached such a thing. Neither did God, actually. He says you're going to keep these laws all the days you live on the earth. The whole thing's a big mess.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I
you ever
genuinely.
read Matthew chapter 25?
Yeah, I mean, I have, but do I retain any of the information? Definitely not, sadly.
Well, in Matthew 25, he just says Jesus separates the sheep and the goats based on how they treated people, right?
Yeah.
He says if you gave people that were thirsty water and you gave them clothes when they were naked and food when they were hungry, then you're going to eternal life, right?
Yeah.
But
Sure.
if Jesus agreed with Paul, he would have said, hey, all you got to do is believe in me. I paid the price for you. And that's all you got to do. Oh, crap.
You see, but I think I feel like that's probably taken out of context. I don't know the Bible.
Well, that's what it
well enough.
says.
I don't know the
And
Bible
my
well
live
enough.
just got flagged.
What's that? Sorry.
Crap. My live got flagged. Somebody reported me for hate speech and bullying, apparently.
Well, they probably did that because we're talking about something that the higher
Well, they
ups
did it
don't,
because they're little babies who can't stand any actual criticism of their faith,
or can't stand real conversation. Yeah.
pretty much. Anyway, well, I'll restart it. It doesn't give me any time.
Are you gonna restart this?
Well, I was no, not right now. We're good for the moment. But
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
I was still reading some of the things.
By the way, I appreciate the fact that you are. We have differences, and you're able to talk about that instead of, getting all hyper and screaming.
Might as well. We both. I mean, from my experience, we probably both think each other's lunatics, so we're even.
Right, exactly. But I cannot stand people who just go completely off the rails for no reason.
Well, that's why they
And
all gang up and report the live. That's what they do. They
yeah,
can't stand to actually somebody disagrees with them. It doesn't
yeah.
happen too much, but I'm
I
not even
mean,
crazy. Like
we're
there's other
we're
people I wonder how they don't get flagged more often
yeah,
than they do.
yeah. I mean, we're disagreeing, but we're having a civil conversation about it. Some of these
Yeah, well,
people,
that's
it's
all we
like
can do.
if you disagree with them, it's like all hell breaks loose.
Right, right. But yeah, like we were saying, man, in Matthew 25, like that is the context though of the story. Like that's literally what Jesus says. You're separated based on what you did. But Jesus doesn't say that you're saved by grace and all you have to do is believe and you'll get to heaven. Like Jesus explicitly says you have to keep the law or you will not enter the kingdom.
Yeah. So when he says, because I don't know specifically the verse, when he says you're separated by what you did, does he say anything about how that plays into you getting into heaven? Because I've always
Yeah, he says
I've
if you
always
did this, you will go
yeah.
on to eternal life. And he said if you didn't do this, you will go on to eternal fire.
Did he list off specific sins?
Yeah.
What were the sins that he listed off?
Well, he didn't list off sins. He said if you gave here, well, I'll tell you what, we'll just read it real quick. Doesn't take too long. The judgment of the nations, when the Son of Man comes in his glory with all his angels with him, and he will sit on the throne of his glory. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate people from one another as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. And he will put the sheep at his right hand and the goats at his left. Then the king will say to those at his right hand, come, you are who are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared from you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you gave me clothing. I was sick, and you took care of me. I was in prison, and you visited me. So he's basing this on criteria of how you treated people explicitly. He never says just believing in me or anything like that will get you into heaven.
Well, I mean, I would argue that the fact that separate the sheep from the goat, that's separate the believers from the non-believers. That's what that means.
It doesn't say that.
And that's what I'm pretty like as at least what I grew up believing and what I've heard is that that's what that implies. So
well, I mean, I'm sure you believe that, but the problem
I
is
do
it
fully.
doesn't say that. Like I just read most of it, but it literally just says the opposite. If you didn't do these things, you're going to eternal fire. This isn't about belief. This is about how you treated people explicitly. And this would actually implement some sort of justice here. And you wouldn't be left with a problem like, what about all the Native Americans at this time who'd never heard of Jesus? They're just going to hell, right? But if they still treated people good, they're going either way. That's why it's actually about justice here, what Jesus is preaching. And it's not about justice in the slightest when you make it strictly about belief. Because you can be the biggest piece of crap ever and you just forgiven for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's food for thought. Genuinely, I've talked to a lot of people about stuff like this, and I've never kind of heard that perspective.
Yeah. Well, like I said, just read Matthew 25. It's got a whole section there on based on it tells you what people are going to be judged based on. Like Jesus even says it a couple times in Matthew 16. He says it in Revelation. He says, when I come back, I'm going to reward each man according to their work. So it is definitely based on work according to Jesus. You have to go to Paul, a guy who never even met Jesus, to get to saved by grace and all about belief and stuff like that. You can allude to that in John in some places, but
yeah, I mean,
not Matthew, though.
I really wish I was more educated
That's cool. Just go read it. You can come back
well, I
after
mean,
you read it a little bit.
I'm just saying I wish I was more educated on my Bible verses, because there's definitely Bible verses that, you know, dispute that too. You know.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm saying you can make this book say about anything you want it to say. But you can't use the Matthew alone and get to anything about belief and grace. You have to go to like maybe a few vague verses in John. But Jesus even says in John too, like he says, you have to keep the commandments. You know what I mean? Like he says this straight up. So you can contend almost anything. But Jesus never says off his lips that you're saved by grace no matter what. Jesus always says you have to keep the law.
Yeah. So I guess my question is, someone who is a horrible so someone who's a horrible person, does bad things, that dies, but right before he dies, he accepts Christ as his savior. What do you think? Just like,
I think that's bogus. That's why Jeffrey Dahmer is supposedly in heaven and his victims are in hell because they didn't believe.
yeah, that's a crazy reference, because that ties into home. But then so
I mean, I don't want to be trapped in heaven with Jeffrey Dahmer. That just sounds fucked up to me.
yeah. Well, okay, so someone that's bogus and does all those horrible things versus someone who is great, does everything right, but does not claim the Lord as their savior.
Yeah, that's messed up. That's not justice.
So neither of them get into heaven? A horrible person doing horrible things?
Some parts of the Bible.
What's that? Sorry.
It depends on what part of the Bible you go to get there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. The reason I said...
By the way, I think that's messed up, personally, yeah.
Well, yeah. The reason I said the Jeffrey Dahmer thing came close to home is because my dad played basketball when he was a kid with the guy who escaped Jeffrey Dahmer, the black kid.
Damn.
Yeah, because I'm from Milwaukee, so...
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I still know the dude that escaped Jeffrey Dahmer, his brother, his kid. So the dude that escaped Jeffrey Dahmer's nephew, I still know him and talk to him.
Dang, that's wild.
Once in a while. Yeah.
Well, do you want to? Is there anything else you want to try to press? Or
No, you're good. You can definitely bring someone else up. I'll pop up.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Go read this stuff and come back again after you've a little more read on what you want to try to back up what you say with.
Oh, well, I think I got my point across, but I followed you and I enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
Yeah. All right. You have a good night.
You too, brother. Have a good one. All right. So, my live got restricted. Somebody was a little bee and reported me for being mean on a debate page. I was too mean in my debate, so he's bullying and hate speeching my religion. I'm going to report him to the TikToks. Oh, sorry, I had a message there. Well, that's what happened, but anyway, let's see where we're at here. 894, only need 6 more followers, y'all, but actually, I still got a decent amount of time we can roll here. Grant, thank you for the follow again. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a pretty big mess in there. Hey, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. Only 5 more I need now. We are up to 900, which is crazy because I barely had 500. Like, I was trying to get to 500 barely a week ago. Well, slightly over a week ago, but yeah, barely a week ago. That's accurate. So, I mean, the channel's blowing up way faster than I thought it would. Yeah, it was still growing up a little bit, even with a restriction on here. It said I was restricted in some regions. I don't know what that means. And I seen a guy yesterday. He got flagged, and it said you've been restricted for 10 minutes, and he was saying way worse stuff than I was. I wonder why I didn't get 10 minutes. It just said I've been restricted in some countries. All right. Let's see if anybody actually waited here. Let's see. What does that say? Read. Try to bring in the next person here. Yeah, he does seem to have glass feelings there. All right, let's try. Oh, well, we had 3 or 4 people in the queue, but we have run out. And I think it's kind of grim on getting somebody else since we're restricted, but I don't know. I don't know, man. There's still people coming through, though. So maybe we're not restricted too bad. That is pretty wild, though. With the Swain, did you request up on purpose? Say yay or nay in the comments there, because I'm getting a slew of people that's requesting up on accident. If you requested up on purpose, I remember he was really cool to talk to. Oh, okay, cool. Let's bring Swain up then. Swain, what's up, my man?
Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, doing good, buddy. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I just got me a job. I just moved about 2 months ago. I was hard finding a job. I just found one. So
Well, good deal. We
yeah,
like working people.
yeah. I love working. Yeah, I was just I was coming to ask you because I seen you live again, and I was just asking you, do you have any you know do you have any idea of an afterlife or anything like that?
No, I think when you die, you're dead.
It's just dark.
Which personally, I think is the best answer.
Oh yeah, because it's like you can't fathom it. So you think it's
Well, I
just
mean, like, what could you possibly want to do for an eternity as a human?
I don't know, man. Like run around or like fly around, ghost around. Or
Yeah, but how long could you do that before you're bored out of your mind? Like, I don't
yeah,
know. I would probably like to live a little longer than the average human lifetime, but I think that's about as far as I could take that without saying like I'm good. I've seen enough.
right. I get what you're saying, but dang, just darkness for eternity.
Yeah, man.
Like no consciousness or
No,
oh, okay, I get
no.
you. So it's not even like it's just over.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you won't exist anymore. So coincidentally, you won't be concerned that you don't exist
This
anymore.
anymore,
Like,
yeah. I see what you're
it'll just be
saying.
relaxing, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, just
All
like
right.
before you were born.
But like I don't that's such a mind twister, like, you know?
Is it?
Yeah, because it's like what like you can't even say what are you gonna do because it's like you don't even know you're in that state. So it's like I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean, like, I've never met a single person that could tell me one thing they could possibly want to do for an eternity as far as like pleasure or happiness goes. But coincidentally, you and I could sit here for the next 100 years straight and come up with a eternal torment method. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why there's such incredible descriptions of torment and hell. That's because we can come up with those concepts, but nobody can describe an actual eternal paradise.
Because
It's not even a coherent concept, I don't think.
it's like eventually it's just like, bro, you go wake up to this every day, you just gonna be bored.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, the little bit of descriptions you get of heaven is like streets of gold. You get a crown. There's palm trees. Like, okay, so what? Like, what are you gonna do with a crown in heaven? You know what I mean? Like, do you
Yeah,
need a
right.
shelter? Do you need a mansion? Like, is it gonna be raining on us so you have to go in sometimes? Like,
I just find it mind-boggling that they can explain heaven with like human eyes, like Palm Beaches and a gold street, but they can't explain angels. Like angels are unexplainable. Like you can't explain what they look like or something like that.
Well, I got to roll with like Achilles said in that movie Troy. You know, he said the gods envy us because any moment could be our last. He said they're just kind of up there bored, and life has no meaning when it just goes on forever. He said the fact that
Mm,
it does end is what gives it meaning.
mm.
Which I kind of agree. I mean, that's what makes life precious is that it's short and rare and fleeting. You only get one chance. You got to do it right. Enjoy it while you're here because it will end at some point.
Okay. All
Just
right.
the way, just the way I look at it.
One more question. Do you
Sure.
think when babies get AB'd or like men, you know, they do their little business, do you think those people get another shot at life or they're just gone too?
You mean a baby?
Yeah, like a AB, like, you know, like the elimination of a
Oh
baby.
yeah, no, they're gone, man.
Ah, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't make special exceptions for afterlives just for ABs. The thing is, I'm only pro-choice up to a certain point. I think once it gains sentience, I think that's should be a good cutoff point there. But before that, there's no brain, so it's not like they're thinking, "Oh, what are they doing to me?" There's no nervous system, so they can't feel pain. It's
Right.
essentially just a life
Yeah,
form.
I hate the argument where like they're wiggling around and stuff. I'm gonna be like, I'd be like, but bro, like they don't know that like it's just reaction. They don't know what's going on. Like,
Right, right, yeah.
yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your time. That's all I wanted to ask.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, I appreciate you coming up.
All right, have a great day, man.
Back at you, buddy. Enjoy your job there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We all love to work, don't we? I actually like my job, but it's a little rough out here at the moment. But whatever, we'll get by there. Yeah, I agree. It's best described as like a dreamless sleep, like you're just asleep. You'll just fall asleep and never even know you left. Really, it's actually kind of relaxing. All right. So yep. So I don't really know what to do because the live is restricted. So I'm not sure how much impact that's going to have on us for real. It said we were restricted in some regions, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I see a thing over here. Hold on a second. Live visibility restricted. See, I didn't even notice this. Oh, never mind. It's just giving me two reasons. It's what's the difference there? Oh, never mind. So I did get totally. So I got two restrictions. One of them said I'm restricted in some regions, and the other one just says I'm restricted. So yeah, I don't know. There's still people coming through though, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I always set it to 18 and over. No, we just got reported for. It says I'm restricted for hate speech and bullying. That's probably what I was talking about earlier when I said lots of Christians come up here and then play victim because you attack their ideals in a stinking debate. Leave it to them to come to a debate and then play victim that their ideals were attacked. You're being mean to Christians. If you don't like it, go on, grow up. Holy moly, people, grow up. But yeah, so I guess I would have to restart. But I don't have super long anyway, so I mean, it almost feels like a waste of. Yeah, I guess we could just do that because I still do got a while here. All right, I will do that. I will restart the live. So, everyone, if you're still engaged and interested, hang out.